Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. Before we jump into it, this is your reminder that tarot is a divination tool. It's an intuitive practice. Take what resonates, leave what does not resonate behind. There's nuance to every conversation. And with that being said, you guys, welcome to What Does the Love of Your Life Look Like? I do want to say this, you guys. Just because these are the cards representing your pile, I don't believe that you should pick based on your knowledge of the cards, okay? I think you should just pick whichever card is standing out to you, whichever one you feel the most drawn to, okay? With that, we have group number 1 with the Two of Discs, aka the Two of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands, we have the Three of Swords, and we have the Sun. If you guys do need a moment to sit, meditate, pause the video, and do that now, figure out which pile you want. Once you do pick a pile, you guys, you can check out the description box where the timestamps have been left for you. And with that, I will just see you in the reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. As always, you guys, we will start off with our zodiac dice. Cancer and Leo. Hello, hello. You guys we are in Leo season right now when this is going up, but we just came out of Cancer season. So happy birthday, Cancer and Leo. We have Virgo and Aquarius. Libra and Taurus. Virgo, your birthday is also coming up, so happy, very early birthday to you, Virgo. Okay, can we please get a message for group number 1 in regards to what the love of their life looks like? What? Okay. We have the 8 of Wands, we have the King of Wands, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. Okay, guys, so number 1, I think that the love of your life has an athletic build. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because we have the 8 of Wands and we have the King of Wands. The 8 of Wands is talking about movement. This is something that is occurring very fast. How do we paint that when we're talking about somebody's physical appearance? We paint that as somebody who's physically active. Now, obviously, you guys, I am aware, and this is why, again, in the beginning, I always have to say nuance is important here, because I'm aware that people who are active and athletic come in all different shapes and sizes. But I would assume that this person is going to be somebody who has a more muscular or athletic build based on the fact that the 8 of Wands is showing up. Now, the King of Wands, this is talking about a man who is very attractive. Now, if he is not typically or classically attractive, then his charm is what is going to make him incredibly attractive. I'm trying to think of somebody. This is so silly, guys, but the only person I can think of who I would say is attractive, but not necessarily based on their physical appearance, would be like David Bowie, especially David Bowie in The Labyrinth. Child me was enthralled with David Bowie in The Labyrinth. So, and he's also kind of giving, right? He's giving Goblin King. So when I see this, again, this is telling me that the love of your life is going to be somebody who is classically attractive, and that is how they attract people into their life, or their personality is so attractive, so magnetic, they are so charismatic that they become attractive. Does that make sense? Okay, now the 5 of Discs. The 5 of Discs talks about being lonely. I don't think that loneliness is something that we can put a physical representation to, so we're going to ignore that part of the card. This is also talking about financial struggle. I do find this to be the case with a lot of men. They don't have a super deep desire to invest a lot of money into their physical appearance. Obviously, again, you guys, nuance. But most, especially hetero men, don't, love the idea of spending money on oh, I'm gonna spend this money on my hair, or I'm gonna spend this money, right? They don't wear makeup. They're not spending a bunch of money on body care or this or that. So when I see the 5 of Discs, this tells me that the love of your life is gonna be somebody who is more frugal when it comes to spending money on themselves, particularly with their physical appearance. The Ten of Wands talks about burdens. This talks about having a heaviness on your chest, essentially, or on your back. Again, putting this into physicality, I do see this as somebody who has a more muscular build, okay? So muscular / athletic. They're not somebody who's walking around in like designer labeled brands. They're not somebody who's spending a crazy amount of money on their gym membership or on their clothing or their hair or anything like that. They are more laid back or conservative when it comes to spending money on their physical appearance. And they are somebody who is either, again, classically very attractive, and most people would look at them and say, yes, objectively, that is an attractive man, or this person's personality is something that makes them very attractive. Okay. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands. So I would go ahead and assume that this person is just physically very attractive, because the Queen of Wands is unarguably like the most beautiful queen in the entire tarot deck. She's the most attractive queen. She's the most beautiful. She's very confident. Obviously, confidence is something that's very attractive as well. This literally under her, it says vibrancy, and it's because she is seen as this very vibrant, outgoing woman. So we also have the Hermit, and the Hermit is talking about somebody who is capable of self-reflection. I'm assuming that the love of your life is somebody who's very humble as well. What do they look like? Oh, I do love this deck so much, you guys. The reason why I never pull it out anymore is because, unfortunately, there is a lot of things I cannot show. Okay. Boop, boop. All right, perfect. So this is the Two of Cups. And I say this in almost all of my What Do They Look Like readings. Sometimes your love for this person is going to be what makes them attractive, right? Sometimes like just your emotion or your view of this person, your perspective of them is what makes them attractive, right? Like, you're beautiful because I love you. Do I think that they are a beautiful person physically? Yes, based on what I'm seeing, but I do think that your love for them is playing a big role in your attraction towards them. I think this is safe. We have strength as well, so very muscular. That's essentially all I've gotten, you guys, for this first part of the reading. Let me fix this a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Here. There we are. Okay. Perhaps I should just stand up. Okay. With that, we are going to go ahead and get some astrology. What I do think this is somebody who has a workout regimen, you guys. They take their health very seriously. And I'm saying this because we have the 6th house. And the 6th house is a card that talks about health and wellness. The 6th house is a card or a house that talks about our daily rituals, our routine, going to the gym, things like this. So great. Love to see it. We have the South Node destined to release. We have the 12th house and we have Saturn. So the South Node isn't necessarily telling us anything other than this person could have gone through a physical transformation and they've let go of an old version of themselves. I find this to be the case with many people, you guys, so I don't think that's terribly interesting. With the 12th house, this is our subconscious mind. This is also not going to lead us any clues to what they look like physically. This could be indicating that this is a person who is more so spiritual or leans on the spiritual side. Saturn showing up now. This is discipline. This is hard work. This is a struggle. This is patience. So again, all of this leads me to believe that this person has worked very hard on their physical body. And when I say worked very hard, I don't mean, right, that they've spent a bunch of money on hair extensions or makeup or clothes or shoes. I mean that they have put in like blood, sweat, and tears to have the physique that they have. Okay. Whew, okay. And obviously, right, like if you're attracted to men, this is going to present differently than if you're attracted to women. So keep that in mind as well, you guys. Okay. What? We have the Enemy. We have some money. I think that this person prefers to spend their money on experiences, or they prefer to spend their money on their home, on having a comfortable life. Like, I genuinely feel like this is the type of person who maybe buys themselves a new pair of shoes like once every few years. Or this is the type of person who has had the same hoodie for the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years. They're just not, they're not very materialistic. I think that's what I'm trying to say. They're not very materialistic when it comes to, again, like zhuzhing themselves up or pouring money into themselves. But I do believe that they are somebody where their money is spent in different ways, okay? We also have a misunderstanding here. Again, that's not leading us to very much in regards to their physical appearance. The Enemy, again, could be indicating that this is somebody who is capable of identifying a problem and fixing it, or identifying something that, again, is a problem or a hurdle or something like that, and it needs to be fixed or addressed. Okay, with that, what do they look like? Sagittarius. This is going to be somebody who's very enthusiastic. Again, somebody who perhaps is leaning on the spiritual side. Maybe the way that they dress looks a little, how do I explain that, right? Like somebody who dresses spiritually, or somebody who has an aesthetic where you can tell that maybe they meditate, or maybe they're into yoga, maybe they're vegan or plant-based or vegetarian or something like that. The way that they dress, I feel like, is leading you to believe something about their personality or something about who they are, which isn't terribly, right, revolutionary. So we're going to move on from this. This could also indicate a person who comes from a different country than yourself, okay? Group number 1. We have the 5th house of passion. This is performance, entertainment, creativity. So somebody who is more creative, and I think this is, again, why they don't necessarily feel the need to spend a bunch of money on themselves. Okay, with all of that being said, guys, I'm going to pull from 2 more decks, and then we'll pull from our satchel. What do they look like? Yeah. They're very resourceful. All right, group 1. They're very resourceful. I love when I see the mice here, because this tells me that this person's intelligent, and it tells me that they're resourceful. How does that play into their physical appearance? It's essentially what I've already been saying, as far as like they're not the type of person to spend a bunch of money on themselves, so I'm not going to keep repeating myself. And we have the Rider, and this is everything I've been saying as well. Very action oriented. This is a very physically active individual. So with that being said, we will get one more astrology card. What do they look like? This isn't going to tell us much. Perhaps that they have a beautiful mouth, or that you are very attracted to their smile, or their lips. We have Mercury retrograde, reinvention. This is what I was talking about, where I feel like it's very possible that this person has like lost a tremendous amount of weight, or they've put on a tremendous amount of weight, like a lot of muscle. It's also possible that this person at one point in their life just had a little bit of that like ugly duckling, and they have transformed since then. Mercury retrograde just tells us that we go back, or we look back, and we recognize the things that need to be changed. We have Jupiter here. So this is talking about growth and expansion. So I'm not going to touch too much on this, because it's really not terribly helpful for, again, what we are asking. It could, again, just indicate that this person is somebody who's very muscular, larger than life, right? That type of energy. Can I get some messages on what they look like? What does the love of group number 1's life look like? What do they look like? Okay. What do they look like? What do they look like? Okay. Someone you know is going to introduce the 2 of you. We have strangers. Blue eyes. We also have brown eyes. So for some of you, they're going to have blue. For others of you, they're going to have brown. We have a diamond-shaped face. Essentially what that is representing is somebody who has high cheekbones, a narrower chin, and a more narrow forehead in comparison to their cheekbones, an average body build. I would go against that, you guys. I really do think that this person has an impressive physical form. Again, they've put a lot of hard work and effort into their body. The cards have repeated that over and over and over again. So I don't believe that they have an average body build. If anything, I think that they went from having an average body build to having a body build or a body that is, again, more representative of how much hard work and effort they've put into it. We have short hair. We have facial hair. We have everlasting love. Broad shoulders. I want to marry you. Hooded eyes. Vacation. Again, for some of you, that could be indicating that this person comes from a different country than yourself. Not that you're necessarily meeting them on vacation, but a vacation indicates travel, right? So potentially somebody who looks very different from you. We have well-dressed. You are safe with me. Let's get just a little bit more. What do they look like? Plain Jane / Average Joe. And we have North America. Okay, group number 1. That is all I have for you guys. I do hope that today's message was helpful. Just to add a little bit more to this, I do believe for the vast majority of you, this is going to be somebody who has a very masculine, muscular build, okay? I do think that this is someone who has a really, like, they are committed to their workout routine, or they're committed to the sport that they are participating in. They are committed to being an athlete in some way, shape, or form. I believe that this person is well dressed, but also at the same time, a plain Jane / Average Joe in the way that they dress. I don't think that this person likes to spend money on their clothing or money necessarily on their physical appearance. They much rather spend it on other things. This person has high cheekbones. They either have blue or brown eyes. Their hair is shorter. The average body build could also be referencing their height, you guys, right? Maybe they're not somebody who is terribly tall. Maybe as far as their height goes, they are more so on the average side. So with that being said, group 1, that is all I have for you. I do hope that today's messages were helpful. I hope you're excited. I'm sending you guys so much love, and that is all I've got. So bye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. We are going to start off with our zodiac dice. Scorpio. Just Scorpio. Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, and Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, everybody. If your sign did not pop up, that's completely okay. The dice are extra. It's dessert. If you do want a personal reading, I only restock those on the 1st of every month. Check out the description box with my link to the Etsy shop. Can I get a message for group number 2? Okay, so harmony is showing up, the 10 of Cups. So this could be indicating that the love of your life is going to be somebody who has very symmetrical features. Why am I saying that? Well, number 1, obviously 10 is an even number, but also this card is being represented by harmony. So their features are very harmonious with one another. I also believe that, and I said this in the last pile, I'll probably say it for all the piles, you guys, that your love for this person is playing a role in how you perceive them, obviously, right? Loving somebody is always going to play a role in how it is that you view them physically. So upon meeting this person, it's not necessarily that you're going to be in love with them, but I do believe that as you fall in love with this person, their physical features are going to become more and more and more attractive to you. So with this is talking about our emotions and feeling very emotionally satisfied. I want you guys to know, group 2, that you are going to be very happy emotionally and mentally with their physical appearance, okay? We have growth here with the 3 of Wands. All right. I'm going to talk about these first, you guys, and then I will go ahead and get what fell over. Okay, we have the Two of Swords, the Two of Discs, the Princess of Swords, the Prince of Swords. Do you guys see how there's balance that's showing up within the cards? The Princess, the Prince, the Two of Swords, the Two of Discs. These cards don't mean balance, but the way that they're showing up makes me believe again that this is referencing balance. Okay, so the Two of Swords is indecision, which tells us literally nothing about somebody's physical appearance other than they may have a hard time. If there's somebody who is alternative and they have tattoos, they may have a hard time picking out a new tattoo, or they may have a hard time picking out their outfit for the day. Other than that, that tells us literally nothing. The Two of Discs tells us that this person is going to be somebody who, again, potentially has a lot on their plate and they need to find balance within that. Again, what I'm taking from the Two of Swords and the Two of Discs is that the love of your life is going to be somebody who has very symmetrical and balanced features. Same thing with the Princess and the Prince. I'm just seeing that as balance because I don't think that their actual definitions mean very much about what they look like. So the Princess of Swords is talking about being inquisitive, asking questions. Yes, the love of your life may be somebody who is inquisitive and asks a lot of questions. They may be somebody who's intelligent, so they are then naturally more so inquisitive. The Prince of Swords is talking about determination, right? Somebody who has a vision for their future and they make moves to get that. Again, this is telling us very, very little about their physical appearance. I am noticing a lot of tattoos here, right? There are two individuals here with different tattoos in different places. So again, tattoos may be significant as far as what they look like. I'm going to go ahead now and grab the card. Is that the King of Cups? Yes, okay. So this is going to be somebody who's a little bit older than you, group number 2, okay? Whether you are a man or a woman, I would assume that this is going to be somebody who's a bit older than you, somebody who is very much mature. Yes, this person could have physical signs of aging, okay? What is that? That can be gray hair. That could be somebody who has lost their hair. That could be somebody who perhaps has, again, signs of aging, wrinkles, age spots, things like this. I'm going to say for the vast majority of you, I don't think this person is 20 years your senior. I think that that's, for most of you, not the case. But I can definitely sense like at least a 5-year age gap here. So somebody, again, who has those physical representations or those physical, representations of age. So with that, we have symmetrical features, age, signs of aging. And then with the Three of Wands, I kind of did glaze over that. The Three of Wands talks about growth and expansion. When I see that, I oftentimes do see this as a person who is very lengthy, somebody who is tall, or somebody who is very broad, okay? It's so funny. We have Scorpio again with Pluto showing up, and we have the North Node. This is destined to have, not telling us very, very much about their physical appearance. Pluto, however, tells us quite a lot. So Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. People oftentimes look at Pluto as a planet of darkness, as the planet of the underworld. When I see Pluto, I see somebody who experiences the world around them very deeply, okay? Very intensely, I should say, more so than perhaps the average person. So this is somebody with depth. This is somebody who is going to look like what they have been through. I don't think for a lot of you that this is like the golden retriever type of partner. I think this would be more so like a Doberman or a Rottweiler or something like that. Not to compare people to animals, but that is their energy. And I think physically they represent in that way as well. So more so intimidating, perhaps a little bit off-putting to certain people, not me, but certain people may look at this person and go, oh, they're troubled, or they're off-putting, or things of that nature. This person may be somebody who dresses in darker colors. This person may be somebody who has darker features. Okay. All right, guys. And again, just to make it super clear, I personally really love people who present like this, but I am also very aware that there are people who are judgmental and who look at people who present this way in a judgy way. So I'm just trying to describe it to you the best I can. Can I please? Yeah, especially with the widow here, guys. Especially with the widow. We have jealousy. What do they look like? We have prison. I'm seeing a lot of dark hair, you guys. I think there's a significant contrast between you and this person as far as like your hair color goes. So it's like you have really, really light hair and they have really, really dark hair, or vice versa. Okay, so what hair color do you have? Group number 2. Leave it in the comments, let us know. I believe that they have the opposite of that. So either you have blonde hair, they have black hair, they have blonde hair, you have black hair. Did I say that right? You guys get what I'm saying. Okay. Other than that, we have foreign woman, which could obviously very clearly be representing a person who comes from a different country than yourself, and perhaps they carry a lot of or more ethnic features than yourself, or perhaps this is going to be somebody who, again, was raised in a country that you were not raised in, so they speak a different language, or they have a different culture, things of that nature. I'm not picking up a lot from loss or fight. That could indicate, right, somebody who has a physical stature that is more intimidating or more capable of strength. All right. Let's keep going. What do they look like for group 2? We have Mars, we have Leo, we have Cancer, and we have Gemini. So Gemini is going to again be representing those balanced features. This also could show up with like Libra energy, but Gemini is literally the twins, which I can take nothing else from that other than this person could be a twin, or this person has, again, very balanced features. Ooh, I'm not liking how that looks, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. So that's what we're taking from Gemini, somebody who is, again, very inquisitive, very intelligent. You may be attracted to their voice, the way that they sound. We have Cancer, the doula. When I see this and I'm talking about somebody's physical appearance, I do, again, take it back to kind of that Pluto energy, right? Where somebody dresses themselves in darker colors, or somebody presents in a little bit of a moodier fashion. Maybe they have tattoos, maybe they have piercings. They look a little bit more alternative to me. Like I'm picking up on a person that looks more alternative. Okay. Leo, this person stands out. So they're either really, really tall, or they have a really intense, like deep voice. I think that this is somebody who is very social. I think this is somebody who's also very talented. I don't know if they're talented as far as music goes, or they're talented as far as like the arts go, but this feels like a talented individual, and they receive recognition or attention for that talent. And I also do feel like standing in a crowded room, this person looks different from most people, or they look different from, right, just an average person walking down the street. There's something about them that feels a little bit more, again, alternative. So with that, we're going to get just a little bit more. Can I have a message? We have the garden. What do they look like? The moon's here again. North/south, a crossroads. The moon showing up is essentially what's standing out to me the most, right? The moon is, like I said, talking about things that are in the dark, like bringing lightness to the dark. Cancer is connected to the moon, so that's why I was taking all of that from the Cancerian energy. I do think this person dresses themselves in darker colors. I do think that this person experiences the world in a more intense way, or a more emotionally intense way. The peacock showing up in this garden here, I think, is also very significant, because I do believe that there is something about this person, whether it's their height, whether it is their alternative aesthetic, whatever it is, this person does feel like the type of person that naturally, right? The peacock can't help that he gets attention. It's not necessarily his fault. The peacock is just being the peacock. And in being who he is, he brings in a lot of attention to himself. So south, north and south, again, I am reading that, especially since it's 2-2. I'm reading that as this person being somebody who has more balanced features. What do they look like? What do they look like? North and south, you guys. Again, balanced features. Balanced features, balanced features. They are very harmonious as far as their features go. We have Uranus here, you guys. This is genius. This is also chaos and things being a little bit weird. So I think this is a very brilliant individual. I think that, again, the way this person physically presents is a little bit more chaotic or a little less stereotypical. We have Venus, which is the planet of beauty and love. That tells us that they are a very physically beautiful or attractive person. The North Node is here again. So with that, let's go ahead. What do they look like? What do they look like? What do they look like? Okay. Heart eyes. So you are attracted to them, you guys. I put heart eyes in the little satchel to represent like you are physically attracted to this person. We have Tinder. Not like your ex. Dark hair. You've met me in your dreams. We have curly hair. We have short hair. You guys look so good together. We have a golden retriever. We have love the way you feel with them. So you're going to love the way that you feel with this person. We have a strong build. We have 37 years of age. Obviously, you guys keep that age appropriate. We have mature. So like I said, I do believe this person has signs of aging. Keep it age appropriate. Okay. This reading is for adults. If you are not an adult, this reading is not for you. We have Vancouver. We have Berlin. In this life and the next. We have a teacher, finances, brown hair, straight hair, friends, and facial hair, kind eyes, and sexual chemistry. So with all of this, you guys, the only thing that I would really go against is I don't think that this person presents as a golden retriever at all physically. They may very well have a golden retriever type personality, but I think physically they are presenting as like a big scary dog that you walk to the other side of the street when they are walking. Like that's what it feels like. And I don't mean that to be mean. That is just the energy that this person is presenting. I mean it in the nicest way possible. I wouldn't cross the street, but other people definitely would. This person has an exterior that is intimidating. They have darker features. Like I said, we have dark hair, we have brown hair. I would lean on the dark brown. I do believe this person has darker eyes as well for the vast majority of you. And overall, their appearance just feels a little bit darker. The way that they present themselves is a little bit darker. So anyways, you guys, that is everything I have for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I really do appreciate it. I hope it was helpful. I am sending you so much love. Please enjoy the rest of your day. And that is all I've got. So, bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. We're going to go ahead and get started with our zodiac dice. Cancer and Sagittarius. Hello, Cancer. Hello, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, Cancer and Scorpio. Hello, Cancer. Hello, Scorpio. Aquarius and Sag. Welcome, Sun, Moon, Rising. We're going to do one more. Leo. Hello, Leo. Hello, hello. As always, you guys, if you want a personal reading, my description box is where you will find those. I do only restock them on the 1st, but there's a link that will take you to my Etsy shop if you are interested. Can we please get a message? What do they look like? Okay. Oh, no. Oh, okay. This is the best of news and this is the worst of news, guys. So this person looks like a heartbreaker. What does that look like? Guess what? That is going to depend on you. Right? I can sit here and I can describe the type of people that I'm attracted to. I can sit here and describe the individuals that I find attractive, but that's not going to do anything because for you guys, each of you are attracted to different things. So I just want you guys to know that when you meet this person, you are going, it's like it feels like an instant, oh no, like my heart is sinking into my stomach. I'm so nervous. Oh, like I'm having a hard time catching my breath. That's the energy that I'm getting around this person, okay? So the 3 of Swords, this is heartbreak. The Prince of Cups, this is a romantic offer. When we are talking about a physical appearance, this is somebody where you instantly want them to make a romantic move. You instantly want them to ask for your number. You instantly, like you have your eyes on them and you're like, I am so incredibly attracted to this man, to this woman, whatever. I want them to say something to me, please. But it also at the same time, it feels a little bit like, ooh, I'm scared. I'm nervous because they are so freaking cute. Or they're so handsome, or they're so beautiful, whatever it is. The 9 of Discs, this is again doubling down on what I'm saying because this is like you see this person as very valuable. I would say for you, group 3, if you pick this pile, this is essentially your ideal type. Again, I can sit here and describe my ideal type, but that's not going to do very much for you as an individual. So I just want you to envision your ideal type. That is who the love of your life, that's what they look like. They look like that. The 4 of Swords is talking about rest. So this could be indicating a person who is very laid back, very chill, very relaxed. The Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, it says intuition here, right? Yes, intuition, which is, yes, the Queen of Cups is talking about intuition. She is talking about feminine energy, being very loving and nurturing. I do overall feel like the love of your life is going to be somebody who has a really big heart and they are somebody who's very loving. They are somebody who's very nurturing. Again, I think that the issue that arises with this person is your level of attractive, how intensely you are attracted to them. I think it's not that it's causing trouble, but I do think it makes it a little bit scary for you, group 3, to like fully dive in with this person. I want to make it clear as well. Some of you are like, well, I'm confident. This isn't a problem for me because this isn't about confidence. This is about this person being intimidating because they are your ideal type. And for you, meeting this person is going to feel like, oh, I'm nervous. Like that's what it feels like. Okay. The 6 of Discs, this is generosity. Temperance is talking about balance or a need to create more balance. 7 of Cups. Priorities. It's not telling us very much other than this person has their priorities together. They know what's important. They know what's not important. They're willing to leave certain things behind. With that, we're going to just go ahead and jump straight into the oracles. What do they look like? Okay. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm going to be very honest. This is not a person I could ever date. I like my partners to be obsessed with me and not the other way around. So this is, again, someone that you are very, very, very attracted to. We have Venus here. This is the planet of love and beauty. It says give and receive, love, find value, see beauty. You see this person as gorgeous. You see this person's beauty very, very clearly and very instantly. We have Sagittarius. This is optimism, exploration, and freedom. For some of you, this is like your type that you want to explore or that you want to experience, but perhaps in real life you never have. For others of you, this is going to represent a person who comes from a different cultural background than yourself, so they may look a little bit different from you. We also have yin energy. I love that they have so much feminine energy because I feel like, obviously, right? I love women with feminine energy. Love women with feminine energy. I love a man with feminine energy. Love a man with feminine, like top tier man, feminine energy man. So when I see yin showing up, it makes me excited for you guys because I think that this person, whether they are a man or a woman, they are genuinely such a sweetheart. They're very intuitive, they're trusting, they're patient, they may be very spiritual, they're receptive. So when I see that again, it makes me excited because I feel like it's speaking to more than just their physical appearance, it's speaking to their heart. All right, let's get to one more from this deck. Pisces, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this person has very heavy water placements. So intimacy, intuition, and compassion. Again, very, very sweet person. Okay, with that being said, what do they look like? We have the maid, it's dark hair. We have an old man. They may be a bit older than you, group number 3, especially if you are a woman attracted to men. They may be a bit older than you. I am seeing a lot of dark hair as of right now. We have the gift. They are a very giving person as well. Yep, marriage is on the table here. We have a military man. That's oftentimes representing somebody's physical strength, okay? All right, with that, what do they look like? Opposition, this is balance. So it says relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, and calls out. We have Virgo, so this is methodical, aligned, ritualistic, efficient, insightful, healthy, dutiful, discerning, witchy, subtle, pure, refined, accurate, solitary, critical, nervous, and perfectionist. And then we have the 3rd house. So this is speech, thought, social media, dating, siblings, research, street life, circulation, discussion, surroundings, and sociability. When I see the 3rd house, it automatically makes me feel like you guys are connecting mentally as well. The way that you two communicate with each other is very beautiful. The way that you two communicate with each other is also playing a role in your physical attraction towards this person. Again, so far, all I'm really seeing is a lot of dark hair, you guys. It's possible that this person has signs of aging. I'm not seeing a huge age gap though. Okay. Let's get a few more. What do they look like? I love this. So we have a mountain. Whenever a mountain shows up in a what do they look like reading, I see that as a person who makes you feel safe. I see that as a person who is capable of like cradling you and cradling your concerns and cradling your fears. The mountain itself, looking at the mountain is intimidating. Looking at the mountain is scary. This is a challenge, or this is something, again, that we could very easily be intimidated by. But ultimately, the mountain is a place where a lot of life is created, where a lot of life is harbored. So when I also see the mountain, I see it's like, it's wisdom, it's, again, feeling perhaps a little bit intimidated, it's beauty. And at the end of the day, it's also, again, it's this place where nature can just be nature. There's this feeling of safety as well. We do have a coffin here with the moth. We have the tower and we have the stork. So what is the coffin and the tower representing? The coffin and the tower, again, represent this fear. The coffin is obviously, you guys, right, death. It's death. Death is intimidating. When we're talking about somebody's physical appearance, yes, this could mean that this person has a more alternative, darker aesthetic. However, with the Tower here as well, it makes me believe that this person is somebody who is presenting in a way where they feel very scary, like they feel intimidating to be around. So this person could be quite a bit taller than you. This person could, again, be somebody where in your mind they are your ideal type, and looking at them, it's like, oh, I'm a bit scared, I'm a bit nervous. The stork is talking about fertility, right? Storks are known for bringing in babies. I would assume that that is talking about intimate compatibility. So we are going to get to one more, and then we'll pull from our satchel. What do they look like? Leo. This may be somebody with really thick, beautiful hair. Somebody who stands out in a crowd. What do they look like? We have the 8th house of endings and beginnings, again, intimidation, and we have the 7th house of partnership. All right, the 7th house of partnership is talking about marriage, soulmates, things of this nature. The 8th house, again, I want you guys to look at that physically as a representation of intimidation. Can I get a message on what they look like? What do they look like? What do they look like? Okay. So these are messages from them. You are the most important person to me. Will you grow old with me? We have thick hair, like I said, with that Leo energy. You are my best friend. We have a small forehead. A gentle approach. A smirk. We have practical. Unique eyes. Brave. We have brown eyes. Meeting online. An oval-shaped face. Annoyingly attractive is a perfect way to describe this person. We have big eyes. We were made for each other. We have small eyes. Uniquely attractive. Nerdy / quirky. And West. Do you know what's funny, guys? Okay, this person is both, like, yes, annoyingly attractive and very uniquely attractive, because again, they stand out. They are very intimidating. There's an intimidation factor about this person. However, I think in getting to know them, they do have this like nerdy or quirky energy about them. They have, like, their personality is what makes being around them palatable, because I do feel like they are so attractive, or you are so attracted to them, that the nerves would take a really long time to settle if they didn't have this more relatable or endearing side to them. So yeah, I'm getting dark hair. We obviously have brown eyes here. I'm assuming that this person is ranging from like being very pale to having like a medium level of melanation. Okay, that is what I have for you guys, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I do hope that it was helpful. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. That is all I got, so bye. Hello, group 4. Welcome to your reading. We will start off with our zodiac dice. Scorpio and Leo. Scorpio and Aquarius. Libra and Cancer. Hello, everybody. Sun, Moon, Rising. Scorpio again. Okay. With that being said, everybody, if you do want a personal reading, I restock those on the 1st of every month. The link to my Etsy shop is in the description box. Can I get a message for group 4 about what the love of their life looks like? We have the Empress. Now, the Empress is objectively gorgeous, you guys. The Empress is so gorgeous that people want to do things for her. People want to give things to her. People want to protect her. And cherish her and give her love and gifts and beautiful things because she is so beautiful. So this person could be somebody who was born with, I don't want to say pretty privilege, but somebody who is naturally very gorgeous, somebody who is naturally very pretty, very handsome. That is confirmed with the fact that we have the sun that also came up. So this is going to represent a person who is very successful or seen as very successful, somebody who is perceived as a very happy person. And I'm assuming because we're talking about their physical appearance, the sun has blessed them with beauty, vitality, things of this nature. And then we have the Four of Cups. This is an offer that we don't know if we want to take or not. So believe it or not, you guys, out of all of the cards, the Four of Cups is telling me or giving me the strongest indication that they are a very attractive individual. Why is that? Because the Four of Cups talks about like, I don't need to take your offer. I don't need it. And I feel like, again, when we're talking about physicality, somebody's physical appearance, somebody who can reject others, or somebody who is open to rejecting romantic advances. Oftentimes that person is generally very attractive, right? Or at least moderately attractive. So seeing the Four of Cups to me, it indicates that this person is somebody who is born with a natural beauty or natural attractiveness about them because they are not desperate or they don't possess an energy of like, someone showing me attention, I'm just going to take it, or someone showing me love, I'm just going to take it, right? They are more picky, I would say. They are more picky with what it is that they are choosing to engage with romantically. The Nine of Swords talks about anxiety, and the Princess of Cups talks about a surprise. You know, guys, I can read this as like somebody who has a bit of, I don't want to call it control issues, but somebody who's used to getting their way. So when things are out of their control, right, aka a surprise, that may give them a bit of anxiety. All in all, guys, this is giving me like somebody who, again, was born very attractive. Like they've been attractive their whole life, so they are just used to being attractive. It doesn't feel like something that they transformed into. It doesn't feel like something they grew into. It feels like something they're comfortable in. Okay. So the Ten of Swords, when we're talking about physicality, you guys, sometimes I see that as tattoos. Sometimes I see that as piercings or a significant scar on your body or on their body, I would say. The Seven of Wands is jealousy. So the need to defend yourself. There may be a lot of jealous people around this person. Again, jealousy doesn't show up unless somebody has something to be jealous of. So jealousy is here to say, again, this person is somebody who is, I would say, very stereotypically attractive, somebody who was born very attractive, somebody who's always been attractive. So sorry about that, guys. Good thing it was this deck. Good thing we're done with it. So yeah, I think that they were just born genetically blessed, guys. Like that's what I'm getting. Like I was born genetically blessed. I've benefited from being beautiful. I've benefited from being handsome or attractive. And I'm used to it being that way, or I'm used to living my life in that way. Again, there may be some type of scar on their body that's significant, but other than that, I'm not seeing any defining features other than a general attractiveness. So let's keep going. What do they look like? Yeah, genetically very blessed, as I have said. Genetically very blessed. The fourth house is our family. The fourth house is our root system. So when I see the fourth house here, it does kind of just tell me that this person, again, is genetically very blessed. So I'm assuming their parents are very attractive. We have Mars. This is move fast and defend self. I would say that this is somebody who has a athletic build or somebody who is very active, just because Mars is an action-oriented type of energy. We also have Taurus here. This is trust, patience, and sensuality. The thing about Taurus, you guys, is it is very much Venus energy, and Venus being the planet of beauty love and luxury, I think, plays a big role in what this person looks like. So again, generally very attractive. I want to move forward and see if we can get anything in regards to like their hair color, their nose, their eye color. Can I get them? Okay, we have a party, so they're fun to be around. What do they look like? I do think that they have benefited. I wouldn't be surprised, you guys, if they have made money or they've had an easier time getting a job or finding work because of their physical appearance. We also have a lover. Okay. What do they look like? I do feel like this person has lighter hair, you guys. You have Uranus. This is revolution, breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rapture, edge, diversity, and lightning. We have the second house of owning. So this is assets. I do think this person views their physical appearance as an asset, but this is the material world and possessions, finance, talent, values, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, and aesthetics. This person perhaps invests a lot of money, time, energy, and effort into their physical appearance. So somebody who goes to the gym and they pay for a nice like gym membership, or somebody who gets their hair cut often, or somebody who upkeeps their wardrobe or how it is that they're dressing, somebody who invests in a nice cologne or a nice perfume, somebody who's putting energy and money into their physical appearance, okay? And then we have, hold on guys, this is really driving me crazy. I feel like I need to spread the cards out a little bit. Okay, there. I think that's a little bit better. So with the 11th house showing up, this is friendship, group creativity, community, humanity, hope, tribe, festivals, discoveries, common goals, startups, rebellion, experimentation in the future. I do think that this is somebody who we could classify as like a social butterfly, somebody who has a lot of friends, somebody who is very outgoing and fun to be around. Okay. What do they look like? What do they look like? Lucky. Guys, all this is telling me is like genetically they were blessed. That's really all I'm getting. Like they have a scar or they have like tattoos or piercings and they were genetically blessed. They have utilized their physical appearance to make them money, whether that is like I'm a model or I have modeled in the past, or potentially somebody where again, like their physical appearance and stature is just something where people want to be their friends. People want to talk to them. People want to engage with them. So that's really all I'm getting here. I do feel like for a lot of you, they have lighter hair, but we also have the ring here. This is indicating commitment and marriage. And then we have the clouds showing up. Now the clouds could talk about somebody where perhaps, again, they are a very physically beautiful person to look at, but perhaps this person possesses a lot of pain or a lot of discomfort. Maybe they are not as confident as you would think, or as confident as they appear. Can we get some final messages about what this person looks like? What do they look like? Okay. They believe their mind is more important than their physical appearance, and they would be correct in that. Gemini is here. This is going to be somebody who's very symmetrical, has balanced features. Yes, they would much rather people pay attention to their wisdom or to their knowledge, to what they have to say. And I think that people do, but people want to listen to this person because they are attractive. People want to listen to this person because they are enjoyable to look at. I want to get one more. What do they look like? They may have very nice teeth, very nice lips. The lunar eclipse showing up. This is change. Can I get a little bit more? Nope, the grand trine of blessings. This person's just genetically blessed, guys. That's really all I'm getting. We will go ahead and get notes from our satchel. What do they look like? What do they look like? What look like? What do they look like? What do they look like? Okay. We have short in height. We have a natural physique. We have Bumble. Meeting at school. We have E. You will love kissing them. Warm and inviting. Big feet. Our love feels like magic. They have small lips. A triangle shaped face. So just to paint a picture for you guys of what that looks like, this is gonna be somebody with a smaller or more narrow forehead, or as their head continues towards their forehead, it gets more narrow instead of, right, getting larger. Their jaw is going to be quite dense and pronounced, especially like, this isn't really representing, right, like what their chin necessarily looks like, but it does represent their jawline. So like back here, they're going to be somebody who has perhaps larger muscles in their jaw, okay? We have freckles, we have thick lashes, a workplace meeting, committed relationship, forever and always. This is going to be somebody with lighter skin, blessed from above. Again, genetically, they're very blessed. We have tan skin, we have dainty, we have medium length hair, rare eyes. You are the best thing that's ever happened to me. Okay. So, hazel eyes. Oh, okay. So hazel eyes would be like green, brown, a mixture, a little bit of a gold perhaps. This is something as well, buzz cut. So they have very short hair, or they have like medium length, shaggier hair. Light skin for the most part, hazily greenish eyes, freckles, and I do believe they have lighter hair, you guys. Now, I don't know if that lighter hair is like red hair, or if that's blonde hair, or if it's like a sandy brown, but it does feel lighter. It doesn't feel dark for you guys. So that is everything that I have for you, group number 4. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I do hope it was helpful. I'm sending you guys so much love, and that is all I've got. So bye.